Hey, Psych students, welcome to Module 8. This module, we're going to be going over memory, so we can test how good your memories are. Hopefully they are better than you think, or maybe they're not as good as you think, and then we can kind of talk about that too. I'm going to click into Module 8 here. Your learning objectives and your checklist are there as always. Your read and review has a bunch of fun kind of videos for you to review. The first one is a crash course about memories, how we make memories, how we encode it in our minds, and the different types of memories that we have. That also goes into how we can rely on our memories and how good is our memory and how accurate can we really take that information into account to use it. Okay, so one of those things is this witness word association. Go ahead and try this out. It's like, maybe a minute and a half long. It's really fun to see how maybe you would be in terms of if you had to remember some information and kind of relay that. So that's a quick little video. It's actually a tiny little fun activity, so you can test yourself out on that. This next one is another kind of test. It's a brain games for false memories. A lot of times, if there's some sort of criminal activity and there's somebody who happens to witness that, we use witness testimony in courts. And we have used this in the past as something that's very valid and reliable because someone's there and they witnessed something that happened, right? Of course, the person there that saw it would be really reliable. But as we kind of understand memory a little bit more, we're understanding that people who witness traumatic events are not the best at relying on them for information about memory, because if something super traumatic is happening, your memory can kind of go in all different directions when you try to recall that later on, because it's just something so out of the ordinary that happened to you. And it's not something that's conniving or you're not trying to do it. It's just maybe you're believing something that happened that didn't happen, or vice versa. So this brain games kind of shows you that, and how even suggestion of certain things can make you have false memories. All right, so that's the other thing that I wanted to kind of go over here with you. And just, of course, read your textbook. It's going to kind of describe all these different concepts, but these are kind of some good ways to kind of test out your memory and see what that is. All right, for your assignments, you have 2 assignments. You have a discussion question and your quiz. All right, so for your quiz, of course, you guys know how to do that. For your discussion question, now I wanted to go over this with you. We're going to be talking about, of course, different types of memories, and that includes how we encode our different long-term memories in your brain. Okay, so we have 3 different processes. We have semantic, declarative, and procedural memories. And so for this discussion, I want you guys to kind of think of a vivid memory that you have from your childhood. Okay. Now, if it's something that you don't want to share, then do not share it. Okay. You can pick any childhood memory that you have. And if you don't want to share a childhood memory, you want to share something that you had a couple of years ago, fine. Okay. Just have a vivid memory that you can remember, and I want you guys to share that. Okay, so what age were you when this happened? And again, it's something that's going to be appropriate to discuss in class. I always suggest that maybe you don't have something that's traumatic. Share something that you remember that was fun, or maybe it had an impact on your life. But please don't share or overshare too much of anything that's traumatic. That's not what I'm asking you to do. Okay, so maybe it was a birthday party that you had, or maybe it was something a family member did that was really impactful on your life. Share that, tell me your age, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so does that memory that you're going to be thinking of involve a declarative memory, which is kind of, maybe it's the birth of your sibling? That would be a good one, right? Maybe you were 5 and you remember your sister or brother being born. Or maybe it's a procedural memory, something that it was like involved in a process where you were learning to drive a car. Maybe your mom was screaming because she thought you were going to hit another car, and that always stuck in your mind. Or maybe it's a semantic memory, and that's maybe something that happened to you at school, right? Maybe they called you a silly nickname because maybe you fell down and that kind of stuck with you, or something like that. Whatever it is, go ahead and just explain it, and then you can kind of answer the rest of these questions. All right, go ahead and respond to another student and include an APA reference. All right, so something that is fun and you can remember it, go ahead and explain it, include all these good details. and you should be good to go on your chapter 8 discussion question. All right, so that's all that I have for you guys in module 8, just the discussion, just the quiz. Have fun learning about memory, and I will see you guys in module 9.